Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The Ukrainians are celebrating something that I don't think they want to say it was they who did it. But anyway, any disaster occurring to your enemy is a reason for your celebration. So what happened? It seems like in Rostov-on-Don, an explosion at a security services, Russia security services building occurred. Now, when you have this kind of explosions, they are not just because, a rat ate a little wire and bzz, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. That's something that someone did it. It's not like it's it's a auto repair mechanic shop that got on fire. It's the building of a let's say would be NSA in the United States, National Security Agency, or let's say FBI agency, and say, it's just someone smoked a blunt in the bathroom. It's not like that, especially during a time of war. So let's see what happened here. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda. It is from today, the 16th of March 2023. Huge fire in Rostov-on-Don. FSB building burning. Explosions heard. Well, no wonder that the explosions were heard. So let's see when that is, and we're going to go to this map. So here is the Crimean Peninsula. This is how Ukraine used to be. This is Rostov-on-Don, and I'm going to have another map as well. This is Mariupol here, Donetsk. This is a war map provided by the Russians. Again, this is Ukraine. This is what the Russians took already. This is Crimean Peninsula, and Rostov-on-Don is right here, right there. This is where the explosion occurred. Now, how could you get to that? It's many ways, but I'm guessing a straight line would be this one, right, from here to here. And if we go over here, I don't think it shows us any legend. But last time I checked, if I remember correctly, this was about, about 80 kilometers, something like this. So that way I would guess that's a long shot. It's a long-range missile or a drone or two. The Russians did not say anything about it, and this is from today, the 16th of March. If there would have been something, they would have done it like this with how do you call this, blue bubble, not with yellow one, because this is a downed drone. This is a shelling of a location of a point by the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians are able to hit here. And well, they hit right here too. So let's see what they say in this little article, shall we? All right, in Rostov-on-Don, Russia, the building of the FSB, Federal Security Service of Russian Federation, border guard is on fire. And Russian social media write that they heard an explosion earlier. It's kind of small. I expect to be bigger, but hey, what do you know? Russian public channels on Telegram, Russian propaganda publication RT, that's the source. Details. It is reported that a building on 20/2 Sivers Avenue is on fire. Telegram channels published photos and videos of the fire. The Baza channel writes that eyewitnesses heard sounds similar to pops, end quote, before the smoke. According to preliminary data, the cause of the fire was an explosion at the warehouse. There it is. Kind of like small, isn't it? An explosion. All right, let's see. Well, at the house of the FSB Border Department. Here it is. What is kind of like small building, don't you think? Oh, it's right here. Okay, well, looks like a school training thing. Related videos. Here it is. Burning. Smoke. Well, fire, explosions. It's kind of like hidden between all those. You see, if you look at this, it's kind of like hidden between these buildings surrounding it. It is reported that 20 firefighter crew rushed to the scene. According to the Baza Telegram channel, explosions were heard in the area of the fire in the FSB building. It is possible that ammunition is exploding there. Yes, before the war you don't hear these kind of things. Now they're all reported. Yeah, maybe they're just different, how do you call it? They obviously are more important now, and they are more desirable for news. All cars near the fire were evacuated. The scene was surrounded by Siversa Street was blocked. There are casualties reported. The fire area has reached an area of 800 square meters. Telegram channels reported that firefighters are asking for body armor to protect themselves from shrapnel flying during the explosions. Later, TASS citing emergency services reported that one person was killed and two wounded in the fire in the building of the FSB border guard. Well, I do not have much doubt that there was not an accident, especially now during a war. You know, it would be a little bit naive to think that it was just, just happened. But I don't have the evidence to obviously contradict that or even support it. The fact that we have so far, the facts are that this building, Federal Security Service building, was blown up in Rostov-on-Don, and that's kind of far from the line of action, the front line, but not impossible. The Ukrainians were able to hit close to Moscow, if you remember, and they were really accurate in hitting. You can do like this. I mean, you can, but they hit further those, if you remember, the angles to bases where the Russians have those strategic nuclear bombers, and it was a no-no. That's why the Russians claimed they got out of that little agreement with the Americans. Say, well, we can't have you come here and inspect our sites and then probably tell the Ukrainians the coordinates and push the button, and then an explosion to our nuclear sites occur, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know if that was a justification, possibly. The thing is, the agreement is dead, face down, floating down the river. So here it is with this attack. I think it was an attack, but accidents. Well, ammunition, what kind of ammunition? They have bazookas over there. Security services, they should have rounds and explosives like, no, I don't think so. But I'm not there to figure out what kind of weapons they got and what kind of ammunition they got. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.